Good morning, students. Welcome in this session. Chapter number 2, MOSFET and its DC analysis. I am Madhuri Mohit, working as Assistant Professor in Electronics and Telecommunication Department, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering. Let us see the content of this session. Already in a previous sessions, we have covered MOSFET as a diode or active resistor, then current sink and source, and we have up to the current mirror we have covered. So let us see that the things again summarized, and in this session we are going to see current mirror as well as the voltage references. So in hierarchy of analog circuit, we have seen sub-circuits, simple circuits, complex circuits. So these are nothing but the MOSFET biasing. So already we have seen the MOSFET as diode or active resistor. Then we have seen the current sink and source. So last time we have started the current mirror. Okay, so current mirror is nothing but the current amplifier. So that already we have discussed. So what are the effects of the matching principle? Means gate to source voltage if it is matched. If the modulation channel parameters are matched, then mismatched transistor parameters, then voltage error influence, and last we have seen the aspect ratio errors in a current mirrors. Okay, so let us see the summary of simple MOS current mirror, or we can say current amplifier. So minimum input voltage is V min is equal to Vt plus V on. So but could be reduced to V on. So principle we are going to see, this is nothing but the current mirror circuit. So M1 and M2, the gate circuitry of this is biased here, so that the V minimum, that is input side, it is Vt plus Vn. Okay. So we'll deal with latter in low voltage op amps. So minimum output voltage is V min out is equal to V on. So the output resistance is R out is equal to 1 upon lambda ID, that already we have seen. Then input resistance is, that is nearly equal to the reciprocal of the transconductance. Current gain accuracy is poor because the two transistors are not perfectly matched. So that's why VDS1 is not equal to VDS2. Okay, so in this means part, that the MOSFET as diode active resistor, then MOSFET as current source sink, and MOSFET as current mirror we have seen. So next thing is the voltage references. So see, so these characteristics of voltage or current references we are going to see. So what is voltage and current reference? Because in every circuit we can mention there the reference voltage or the reference current. So what is mean by exactly that? So today we are going to see. A voltage or current reference is an independent voltage or current source. Okay, is it clear? A voltage or current reference is an independent voltage or current source, so that has a high degree of precision and stability. Okay, so it is having the high degree of precision and stability. So what are the requirements of a reference circuit? So should be independent of power supply, should be independent of temperature, should be independent of processing variations, and should be independent of noise and other references. Okay, So what is mean by voltage or current reference is it is and nothing but the independent voltage or current source that has a high degree of precision and stability. So to make this voltage references, so what are the requirements of reference circuit? Should be independent power supply, means separately power supply is required. Then independent of temperature, means due to the variation of the temperature it will not going to be uh, vary. Then independent of processing variation, so any processing variation is there, then there is no any disturbances for the voltage reference circuit. Then it is independent of noise and other interfaces. So see here, this is the reference voltage or current, then power supply, temperature, process. So we can select this nominal value of this, and we have covered all these things. So it becomes the voltage or current reference value. Then voltage reference using voltage division. So one can set the reference voltage by using the potential divider network or voltage division. So for example, simple circuit. So the resistor voltage divider is shown. So many times this type of the arrangement we are going to make. So R1 and R2, these are the two resistance. VDD is applied, and due to this the constant value resistor, here we can set the V reference, means across whatever the voltage of R2, that is known as the V reference. So V reference is nothing but the voltage parallel to that the R1 and R2. So V reference is equal to R2 divided by total resistance into the supply voltage. Then next means we have seen that the MOSFET. So N type and P type MOSFET. So active device voltage divider is used. So active devices, these are nothing but the M1 and M2. So the V reference means again we are going to set this is nothing but the reference voltage. So V reference is equal to VTM, that is threshold voltage, plus under root of the P type MOS beta factor and N type MOS beta factor. So square root of this ratio of these factors. Then VDD minus VTP, that is pinch off voltage, and 1 plus root of this factor. So but the stability is equal to 1, and this stability is again stated as V reference divided by VDD divided by V reference into this amplification current factor. So is equal to we are going to put the value of V reference. So here, so this gets upside and gets cancelled. So remaining part we have written here. So this is nothing but the stability. So assuming that these are nothing but the equal, and VTN is equal to VTP, so that this value comes is equal to 1. Okay. Then bipolar resistance voltage references. So bipolar resistance voltage references, that is transistors are used. So see here which type of the transistors are there, NPN or PNP. So it is PNP because arrow is always where the N layer is. Okay. So here, see here, the base is grounded, and from the collector side the output is taken. So that is working as the V reference. So V reference is equal to voltage emitter with respect to base is equal to K into T by Q log of I divided by IS, and I is nothing but the VCC minus VEB divided by R. So it is nearly equal to VCC divided by R. So given V reference We are putting the value of I, so the equation becomes like this. So stability factor, if we are calculating, so this is given by this equation and we can represent like this. So if VCC is 5 volt, R is equal to 4.3 kilo ohm and IS is equal to 1 farad ampere, then V reference is 0.719 volt. Okay, and also the stability factor is 0.0362. So let us take the next equation, that is R1 and R2 voltage divider network is connected to the biasing circuit. So if the current in R1 and R2 is small compared to the current flowing through the transistor, then V reference is equal to R1 plus R2 divided by R1 into the VEB. Then MOSFET resistance voltage reference. So let us see the MOSFET resistance voltage reference. So here the MOSFET is taken here. The gate terminal is connected to the drain. So for this circuit, V reference is equal to VGS is equal to VT plus under root of 2 VDD minus V reference beta R, and this equation if we rearrange, then by adjusting the terms we can write like this. So this stability factor is given by this equation. So assuming that VDD is 5 volt, ratio is 100 and R is 100 kilo ohm, thus V reference is given by 0.7875 volt and the stability factor is 0.0653. Then the voltage divider network, if we are using, so R1 and R2, so these place the voltage divider network. So V reference is adjusted through the R2. So this circuit allow V reference to be larger if the current in R1 and R2 is small compared to the current flowing through the transistor, then V reference is equal to R1 plus R2 divided by R2 into VGS. Okay. So whatever we have seen for the transistor, so that same thing we can apply for the MOSFET. Okay. So either by gate is connected to drain terminal and R1 and R2 using as a voltage potential divider. Then next point, that is band gap references. So let us see the band gap references. So temperature stable references. So the previous reference circuit failed to provide small values of temperature coefficient, although sufficient power supply independence was achieved. So the reference circuit failed to provide the small values of temperature coefficient, although sufficient power supply independence was achieved. Okay, so in previous we have seen the voltage references, but these circuits are failed to provide the small values of temperature coefficient. Okay, so this section introduced the band gap voltage concept combined with power supply independence to create a very stable voltage reference. So in regard to both temperature and power supply variations. Okay, so in the previous that point we have seen that the voltage reference. So how to make the voltage reference circuited, but they are failed to provide the small values of temperature coefficient, because if the temperature varies, the temperature coefficient is large. So again there is a problem with the power supply. Okay, so that's why band gap voltage concept combined with power supply independence to create a very stable voltage reference in regard to both temperature and power supply variations. So, band gap voltage reference principle is to balance the negative temperature coefficient of a PN junction with the positive temperature coefficient of thermal voltage. Okay, so what is the band gap voltage reference principle? It can be balanced negative temperature coefficient of PN junction to the positive temperature coefficient of the thermal voltage. Okay, because PN junction is nothing but the internal part of that the MOSFET, and thermal voltage is nothing but the due to that temperature or that the reference voltage. So if the temperature varies, we have to balance both these things, negative temperature coefficient of PN junction and positive temperature coefficient of thermal voltage, so that Vt is equal to K into T divided by Q. So reference with TCF approximately 10 ppm per degree Celsius. Okay, so this is nothing but the diagram which shows that the band gap voltage reference principle. So we have to adjust that the negative temperature as well as the positive temperature coefficient. Okay, so this graph indicating that the positive temperature coefficient and negative temperature coefficient. Okay, so in this session we have seen the voltage references. So voltage references is nothing but the independent voltage or current source that has a high degree of precision and stability. So when we are making the reference circuit, we should follow the next following things. So independently power supply is required, temperature is required, independent on processing variation, as well as it should be independent on noise and other interfaces. So that there is a graph looks like this. Okay, so now from that nominal value we can set the voltage reference. So using voltage divider we have seen means that is nothing but the because that the MOSFET is also work in a active region. It is the load variable resistance. Okay, so like the same, the two transistors are there, and according to that we have seen how to calculate the V reference and stability for that the circuit. Then using the bipolar transistor we have seen the voltage references. And next, using the MOSFET, one can set the voltage references. Then we have seen the band gap references. So why there is a need of band gap references? Because we are setting the reference circuit, but due to the temperature coefficient, they get low stability. So we have to design such that it will provide that balancing between the negative temperature coefficient of the device material and positive temperature coefficient of the thermal voltage. Okay, so that's why the this graph looks like this, that negative temperature coefficient and positive temperature coefficient. Okay, so to overcome that the reference voltage, and it will provide fail to provide that the temperature coefficients. Okay, so that the band gap voltage reference principle is used. Okay, so in this session we have seen two things. One is nothing but the voltage references, and another is nothing but the band gap references. Okay, thank you.